Tell me Tokyo can hear me. New York Poets Cafe, make some noise for Tokyo! Mike, Ron, let's turn up the mic a little bit on number four. Welcome to 2 venues, 1 mic, where half of the show is going to be performed here at the legendary New York Poets Cafe, and the other half is going to be performed 6,800 miles away at the Ruby Room in Tokyo, Japan. Let's give it up for Kotoba Slam Japan. This has been in the works for months. The people over in Tokyo, Kotoba Slam Japan, they are awesome. They have been incredibly accommodating. It is like noon over there on a Sunday. And they're like, nah, we getting up for this poetry stuff. We're gonna link up. And what's really gonna be amazing here too is that on this screen, when we see the poets in Japan, they're gonna be spitting in Japanese. But we're going to be putting up the translations here so we can follow along with them. Yeah. And then when our poets come up here and perform, they're going to be performing in English. But over in Japan, we are going to be putting up their poems in Japanese so that they can understand it and flow with it. I am super excited about this. There are a lot of people who made this possible. First off, I want to give it up for our executive producer, who is actually in London right now. Mariela Salazar, give it up for her, y'all. There she is. She is out in the UK. I also want to give it up for the host who's going to be in Japan, this fantastic woman, Yuri Miki. Give it up for Yuri, y'all. We're going to hear from her later. That's going to be their venue. We're showing it right now. That is going to be their venue when we hear from them later on. But first, so this is how... Hi, Yuri! Oh, I can't wait to hear from her. I can't wait. So this is how we're going to do it. We are going to get 3 poets in the New York Poets Cafe to rock out. And then we're going to go to 3 poets in Japan to rock out. And then we're going to go to 2 poets here, and then 2 poets there, and then 3 poets here, and then 3 poets there. It is going to be a fantastic night. Our bar is going to be open. Make sure that you go see Steven, our bartender, and also behind the scenes doing a whole lot of work, and I've been stressed about this. So we got to give it up for our producer, the Sun Hero, one more time for Mr. Ron Mark Thompson. We are also being joined by an audience on Zoom who's watching this live. This is live streamed on YouTube and Facebook of the New York Poets Cafe. So after the show, if you want to watch it later, you can come back and check it out. And of course, I am your host for the evening. My name is Advocate of Wordz. It is my honor. It is a pleasure. I am excited about this. I've been speaking enough. I want to get to the good stuff. Yeah. So, Mr. Ron Mark Thompson, if we can, get the translations up so that everyone can see it onto the screen. I know we're starting here, but if we get up that, is it up?
1 second, waiting on the back end.
Oh, we're waiting, Mariella, we're waiting for you to put your video on. We're waiting for you to put your video on. There are people in Japan and New York City and across the world waiting for it. There it is. And the first person to come up and kick it off is our karaoke host. Give it up for Poco Queso!
What is up, y'all? What's up, Kotoba Slam Japan? Okay, I'm not going to hear them, but I feel their vibrations from across the sea. How we feeling in Rio tonight? Okay, so yeah, this is a piece I wrote, and it's going to be fucking translated into Japanese. It's wow. Oh, it's so lit. Just give it up for Advocate real quick, please. Because he has not taken his flowers yet so yeah. All right, so I'm gonna get started. This piece is called Art of Fish. I reflect off the koi pond, just outside my local sushi spot. Backs of the carp sleek as letter S curvature, serpentine scales come hithering me. To name them each, to jump in, the water is wet. And while I wish to become a wishing well, a ripple in this pool as a coin is tossed, there are bigger forces at play than me. See, I came here to satiate my need for dynamite rolls, seaweed salad, sashimi, staples of my Western palate accustomed to East. But with a culture so beyond repair, no kintsugi could ever alchemize our tears or broken bits. Since this pandemic's inception, some have grown even more terrorist. Read pig ignorant, read myopic, read bigoted, because some fishermen can't discern race from race. Virus from Genesis, plague from humans who have nothing to do with any of this. We're left with bloodied gloves and scales on aprons outside places we patronize. Eyes fixed on God as I sat upon ledge, this artifice of pond absorbing the art of fish, moving without rest. I read the New York Times headline, stabbing of Asian American 2-year-old and her family at Texas Costco, ruled a hate crime. How I wish to reach through time right then to have her sit beside me, hands skimming water like a skipping rock, introducing her poem to each koi, seeing joy radiate from her irises bursting like lotus buds, because I am familiar with the need for asylum. When it seems the whole world is out to maim you, which is to say, I saw myself in her. My 2-year-old face gleaming off pond surface the day my father first laid his arm on me. Are we not all from somewhere between our mother's arms, cradling us in a father's fist, teaching us tolerance for violence as gifts? You know, my father, he loves to fish. The gleam of his eyes as he casts off, and when he actually has a catch he intends to keep, he pulls it on deck, watches it thrash and writhe and struggle to breathe, begging for seawater, until finally my father's own perverse version of mercy comes when he guts it, stomach to neck. And in this moment, somehow I become the fish.
Yes, yes.
Okay, Paul.
See, I learned the word sashimi means pierced body. That 13 flesh wounds is the magic sum in the mind of some lunatic aiming to rob a toddler's breath. I saw it and reflect, infant eyes as they attempt to engine ambling legs, desperate to outrun threat of a knifeman who set his kisaki on her flesh, still yet to experience all the richness of hand-rolled tamaki, or feel of all the wabi-sabi life has to offer her, that bitter, sweet umami of being able to live unapologetically, with no fear of being an entry in some paper's obit section, of becoming the fish, guts spilling out upon deck, acrid edge of some hateful blade, thieving life before she's even been given the chance to grow, to sit, and give each hand-delivered fish in this man-made pond whatever silly name she wants.
Every second Saturday of the month, we have this event called Hybrid, where half the open mic is here, half of it is people at home joining us from Zoom. Afterwards, we have an after party karaoke night. It's hosted by Paul. I hope to see y'all there, y'all. One more time for the honey trap, Paul Queso. And keep clapping as Jenna Fleeson makes her way to the mic. Give it up for Jenna.
For you guys today. They're kind of short. So the first one, trying to remember what the first one is called. The first one is called, I'm so sorry. This is the first time I've ever memorized a poem before, which the first one is Marlboro Lights. You hold the lit stick to your lips, and I can't help but find cigarette smoke as comfort. When I smell your scent in the casinos of my hometown, I will always remember your name. You let it slip from your lips that you don't want to need me. I tried to explain to you that it's not quite that easy. That needing me isn't something I want you to continue to do, but as long as you do need me, the want doesn't have to be there. Because even on the other side of the planet, even in fucking Queens, I will ride the F train for 2 hours just to take care of you, because that is how much I care for you. But just like the nicotine, knowing I will always be there is addicting. So that's the first poem. The second poem is a short one. It's called Prayers. Prayers. Walking up a hill one day, struggling for air, I thought, maybe if I pray more, God will make me skinny. What a weight loss strategy. The third one is called Tiring. I am so tired. I wake up tired, I go to sleep tired, I take a nap because I'm tired, but after it almost like I feel more tired. I'm tired of his lies and hers. I'm tired of school and work and adulting. I'm tired of all the things that cause me stress. And sometimes I'm so tired I forget what it felt like before I was tired, because sleeping it off isn't a solution. And I'm so tired of everyone asking me why I'm so damn tired. And now I'm too tired to even sleep. And this is the last one. This is called 44 Willoughby Street. At the corner 99-cent pizza shop, there is a zero bullshit policy. At 3 in the morning, if you do not know what slice you would like, kindly remove yourself from the assembly line heading to the register and resolve your indecisiveness away from the unhesitant. Despite this rule, I can't shake the thought that the grease behind the counter would think me a fatso for ordering multiple slices. Try to disguise my interest in trying new flavors, as if I'm interested in a white slice with spinach, as if I have to justify it with the fact that this is the only meal I've eaten today, as if it's not already a battle to feed myself when eating feels a whole lot like self-harm.
Wow.
Yeah, when he says next, I can only say, just one cheese slice, please. Thank you.
Jenna, please sing. Keep giving it up for her. Next coming to the stage, oh yes it is. It is the man with the gorgeous hair and the matching gorgeous beard. The curly-headed ninny. Give it up for Christian Moran!
Girls popping though. Yeah.
New Ricky, how y'all doing tonight? Make some noise. Oh man. So this is a milestone, man. Thank you, Advocate. Thank you, Mariella, for putting this together. Back at the 2-1 we did with London, I had a piece ready, but we had to go online. So I saved it because I wanted to do it with you guys, my newer family. This is something, and granted, it's also Women's History Month, so it actually worked out. So shout out to all the women out there. This particular one was written when a woman who embraced me when I was just immersing myself into the city. And a lot of y'all know her. She is the author of this book called Ebb and Flow. She curated an anthology that y'all are part of called Love Letters to Gaia. And she is one of the most hardworking fucking women I know. She can't be here tonight, but her name is Miro, and she's becoming a developer as we speak. So anyway, enough of that. This one's called She Keeps Me Company. So, first of all, when I say she, I need you all to say keeps me company. We're gonna try it twice real quick, okay? She keeps me company. She keeps me company. All right, here we go. This is the first 4 lines and then the last line. In a world fairly foreign to me but familiar to so many of its local inhabitants, she keeps me company. In a world which desires to easily discard me like one of its furry little 4-legged subway ferrets, she keeps me company. In a world where we are both striving to be the best versions of ourselves despite all the trauma we have managed to endure over our individual lifetimes, she keeps me company. Even in a world where the men before me possess many of the same characteristics as my former selves, she still keeps me company. So it is without a doubt that she chooses to spare her time, share her space, and befriend a stranger just so I no longer feel insignificant in this world. Thus, one can't help but ponder, what more do I do with such kindness? Do I proceed to embrace it and embark on establishing an electrifying connection? Do I lean into the powers of procreation and pursue her as passionately as I do my own poetry? Or do I merely admire her from afar in a futile attempt to protect our hearts from the soul-wrenching agony of shattering once again? To which my conscience simply replies all, I do not know. However, what I do know is this. I am thankful. I am thankful for her light, her love, and the illustrious energy she emits anytime she enters the room. I'm thankful for her compassion, her candor, and the quality of life she is so carefully crafting for herself at this very moment. I'm thankful for the peace she brings me, the pride she possesses, and the presence in which we find ourselves just moments prior to parting ways. But with all these over-elaborate adjectives and conditional statements aside, let me remind you that I am just thankful. So as the rest of the words on this page near their end, much like the many nights we've shared together, it is with a gentle caress of her hand across my beard that she keeps my cheek warm. That is to say, she keeps me company. Thank you very much. And I also got hoodies if y'all want some. Curly Eddie knitting buckets, everybody.
Christian Moran, keep giving it up for him. All right. I love me some poets rocking out here in the cafe, but this is not one venue, one mic. This is two venues, one mic. So can we get Japan? There is Japan on the screen. So I'm gonna take a break. I'm hosting, and we are going to give it to Japan. Yuri-san, let's go!
はーい、ニューヨークの皆さん、こんにちは。そして日本の皆さん、こんにちは。日本側のホストを務めさせていただきます。三木ゆりと申します。よろしくお願いします。はい。高木さん、探しちゃったのはい。今日、この場を迎えられたことをとても誇りに思ってます。なぜなら、日本とニューヨーク、リカンポエッツカフェがコラボレーションするのは日本で初めてのことだからです。とても嬉しいです。この後、素敵な詩人がたくさん出てきますので、たくさんチェックしてね。
Hello, New York City! I'm Takaki from KSJ, and in Japan, this is 13 hours ahead of New York, maybe. So this is the perfect Sunday morning rain. It's not falling actually, but yeah, we are so excited. Thank you very much. So, もう日本語で大丈夫かな？Okay, so let us moderate in Japanese from now on.
それでは日本側最初の詩人をお呼びしたいと思います。それではお呼びしましょう。内藤奈美、奈美内藤。OK。皆さんこんにちは。Hi everyone. Everyone in New York. Hi. Oh, thanks. I'm Nami Naito, dancer and a poet from Tokyo Kotoba Online Open Mic. いや、これ緊張しますね。Okay, so before I start, let me talk a little story. And when I was a senior in high school, I was in Washington State as an exchange student, and feeling nervous about like whole new everyday life and studying in the languages. And yeah, it's so hard for me. And yeah, so I remember the days that I was writing some small poem-like poems in the corner of my notebooks all by myself. But now I want to tell her that because you are studying and trying so hard, someday in the future, the day will come that you can send your voice to New York and Poets Cafe as a poet. Thanks so much. はい、高校の時に留学をしていて、で、そちらでちょっと、大変だったんですけど、いろいろと。で、そうですね。で、その時に小さいポエム、詩をノートの端っこに一人で書いていたなっていう記憶がすごくあって、そんな日々があったから今こうして皆さんに、そしてニューヨークに声を届けることができるんだなって思うと、とても感慨深いなと思います。So, yeah, I talk too much. So, okay. So I'm gonna start my piece, and it's called "Our Lives Dazzling Like Fireworks." 私たちの花火。形に残らないでしょ、私たち。たった数分間のために何十時間も費やして安定を捨てて身を削って、趣味でやってるなら安心だなんて友人に言われたりして、不器用の言い訳を用意するのは簡単だ、時々わからなくなるよ。人っていうものが、何より自分というものが、誰かと争うことを運命づけられた場所を持てなかったから、私たちは呼吸困難だ。無酸素運動って言葉の通り、息を詰めるから固まるんだよ、体が。吐き出せばいいのに、ただ吐き出してしまえばいいのに、伸びしろを失ってがんじがらめ。そうして届かなくなるのはこの手だけですか？見えなくなるのは足元だけですか？言葉もまた行き詰まるあなたが見えなくなる。傷つけてしまったのは、己を守るために固めて丸めた背中が想像することを忘れてしまったからだ。愛してやれないよ、花火。瞬間の美しさはいつだって儚くて虚しくなってしまう。夏の日の思い出、祭りの後、帰り道、後ろ姿、いない。光、色とりどりの光、吸い込まれた濃紺の空。それでもさ、存在を諦められなくて、誰のことも諦めたくなくて、私たちはここにいるんだ。ねえ、そうでしょう。Yeah, that's why we are here for. Thank you so much. ありがとうございました。はい、トップバッター内藤奈美にもう一度大きな拍手をお願いします。はい、それでは次の方をお呼びしましょう。同じく TKO チームから高木。
お、マイク低いな。Hello again. Yeah, I'm so honored to be here. The title of my piece is Chicken Crisp Rhapsody. This is about my crazy love for Maki D's. きっとその歯並びをかたどった表面は、私がかじりつくよりも前から覚悟を決めて胸を張っていたのだと思う。ふっくらとして見えてその実、一度突き破れば驚くほどサクリと組織は引きちぎれ、白くて柔らかい岩肌が顔を表す。対象の半径を超える一口はあまりに従前で百姓の繊細とは言えない舌をまんべんなく踊る。巨大資本の味がするマヨネーズとスパイスが私の顔を抱きしめ、つかの間の幸福なため息が鼻から抜ける。This is Everything's gonna be alright 的な歌詞が大嫌いなやつのための100円マキオ。I'll be always on your side みてえなノリに嫌気がさしたやつのためのチキンクリスピーを。戦後米の国に米と呼ばれた国から流れ込んだ金の塊が生み落とした過度な脂肪と食塩のファンタジーから授かった肥満、2型糖尿病、高血圧、脂質異常症を指して鼻をつまむてめえよ。低価格、低栄養価、高カロリーの教科書にくだらない落書きを残す勇気もないてめえよ。低所得層の子供の健康を安全圏から憂うてめえよ。ファストフードで過剰なカロリーと塩分を摂取しないために創造的な解決策を見つける必要が、うるせえよ、ぶちのめっそ。贅沢はこれで育ってきたんだよ。消費者が健康的な選択をできるよう、うるせえよ、ぶちのめっそ。これで何度だって死なずにいられたんだよ。1個80円か100円か120円かを指して気にも留めない育ちなら一遍で直せてめえこの野郎。炭酸はシャンパンじゃねえ。散々な目にあって立って流し込むファンタグレープだよ。炭酸電池がリチウムイオンバッテリーに変わってからも、胃袋が充電式に変わらない今も、今や3つ一気に頼んでも戸惑いや躊躇に苛まれることはなくなっても、その歯並びをかたどった表面は、私がかじりつくよりも前から再会に胸を震わせているのだろう。ふっくらとして見えてその実、突き破られているのに心なしかまた会えて嬉しいと囁いているようにさえ聞こえる。2021年疲れ果てた竹の塚22時を過ぎても入り口を突き破る行列の神経をつなぐ。潰れたフィリピンパブのネオンの味がするマヨネーズとスパイスがかつて死ななかった日を見せ、つかの間飲み込むのに手こずる淡い涙がにじむ。This is Everything's gonna be alright 的な歌詞が大嫌いなやつのための100円マッキオ。I'll be always on your side みてえなノリに嫌気がさしたやつのためのチキンクリスピーを。Thank you very much. This is Takake on the microphone. Thank you very much. This is the greatest day in my life.
はい、高木さんにもう一度大きな拍手をお願いします。はい、大盛り上がりですね。最高。そしてこの盛り上がりの中で東京言葉オンラインオープンマイクから3人目はこの子が登場してくれます。木村さやか木村。
I'm so short, girl. Okay. It seems okay. Yeah. Nice coffee day, guys. Yeah. So nice day for poetry. And my name is Sayaka Kimura. Nice to meet you, New York. And こんにちは、木村さやかです。ありがとうございます。And I want to talk about this book. You know, like two previous poets had this book too. This is your poets, our poets, and translated version on this book. And one of our staff, Hitsuji-san, made this book, and every of us tried translation. And Kuriko-san in this venue helped us very much, so I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. ということで皆さん、今日この本を日本側の詩人たち持ってるんですけれど、これはまず羊さんが作ってくださいました。ありがとうございます。イエイイエイイエイ。そしてニューヨリ館のイベントのために私たちが頑張って翻訳して、そしてクリコさんにめちゃくちゃアドバイスをいただきました。本当にありがとうございます。Yeah, I'm so happy to perform my poetry to New York. This is the first day in my life to perform in New York Poets Cafe. And such a day, I remember the day when I spoke English for the first time. Yeah, just turn on your textbook. 初めて英語を使った日。そう、こんな言葉が載ってるの。Hello, my name is Sayaka Kimura. もしくは、Mi chiamo Sayaka Kimura とか、Ich heiße Sayaka Kimura とか。だから自己紹介ってすんごい大事なんです。間違えちゃうとね、とんでもないことが起きるんです。その日、私はバンクーバーの飛行場に立っていた。初めて海外に出た14歳の時、プルプルプルプルプルプル震えている私をホストマザーはハグとあったかいスマイルで迎えてくれた。私はドキドキしながら初めて言ったんだ。Hello, my name is Sayaka Kimura. ホストマザーはギュッとしてこう言いました。Hello, Sakiya! Nice to meet you! そして私のホームステイが始まったんです。私のホストマザーは本当に優しい人でした。私に何回も何回も話しかけてくれました。Hi, Sakiya! This is the breakfast! How about it? Oh, Mom! Thank you so much! すっごく美味しいよ。日本じゃこんな味はないね。Sakiya?Hi, Sakiya. This is the maple syrup for you. How about it? Oh, Mom, thank you so much. Oh, I think I'm Sayaka. そう。マザーは優しかった。マザーは何回も話しかけてくれた。でも私のことサキヤって呼び続けるんだ。Hi, Sakiya. Let's go to the zoo. It's gonna be so fun. Hi, Mom. Thank you so much. すっごい。カナダの動物園なんてどんなところなんだろう。想像もつかないや。Oh, but I'm Sayaka. Hi, Sakiya. Look at that grizzly. You'll never see such a big bear in Japan, right? Wow, Mom. Oh, 初めてこんなでっかいクリーチャー見たよ。すっごい感動してるよ。But I'm Sayaka.マザーは本当に優しい人でした。私はマザーが大好き。でもマザーはサキヤって呼ぶんだ。Hi, Sakiya, how's Canada? Do you like it? Yes, Mom, I'm so happy. I'm so glad to study English. Hi, Sakiya. Oh, but I'm Sayaka. Sakiya. Oh, but I'm Sayaka. Sakiya, Sayaka, Sakiya, Sayaka. そして2週間なんてあっという間なんです。そして最後の日が来ました。マザーは泣いていました。After coming back to Japan, just take care of yourself, right? マザーは泣きながら体に気をつけるのよって言いました。そうして別れ際大きく手を振ってこう言ったんです。さやか、サキヤ、which? Okay, サキヤ、goodbye! あなたのこと忘れないから。そして私も泣いていました。Oh, Mom! Thank you so much! Let's keep in contact! But I'm Sayaka! そして7年経った今、いつだって連絡取ろうとするとき、サキヤって言おうかな、さやかかなってとっても迷うんです。終わりです。Thank you so much!
ありがとうございました。木村さやかにもう一度大きな拍手をお願いします。はい、日本側の3人が終わりました。次はまたニューヨークのパートとなります。それではマイクをアドボケーテッドワードさんにお渡ししたいと思います。はい、アドボケーテッドワード。
one more time. Give it up for those 3 poets in Tokyo. Loved it, loved it, loved it. All right, Ron, we are unmuted. Yes, we are unmuted. All right, our next poet coming up, Ron, let's get the translation up so the people in Tokyo can know what the next poem is going to be. Are you ready, Idionga? Idionga, are you ready? The next poet representing the Eureka Poets Cafe. Give it up for Idionga! Make some noise!
Konnichiwa, Japan. Arigato. You can find me at IE, the number 2 Adorn. It's really such an honor and a privilege to be with you all tonight. I will do my best to do this memorized, but my phone is here should I need it. I am also known as Phenomenal Woman New York. I am repping myself. The core virtue of Phenomenal Woman New York is actually the most powerful sound and vibration on earth, which is the OM. You meditate to it. Om is the sound of creation, and that's why I also have it resting between my thighs. So, first and foremost, I want to take a moment and send out prayers to everyone out in the Ukraine and to all the people in the world, because one thing that has come from this war is the recognition that being a refugee is not just a person of color's issue, but of innocence seeking refuge from tyranny and tyranny and, hold on one second. I want to make sure that I deliver it properly, so 1 second. Tyranny and all forms of persecution. Please don't be numb to their cries. Brown babies are still crying in cages. The silence of unsung tears of mothers, daughters, and sisters muffled in body bags, in morgues as marginalized outcasts of society's leprosy. Life givers raped into compliance and servitude and silenced with no one to protect them. No one to fight for them, all while they are victimized and war is waged against their private parts. And no one is coming to save them. Can't you hear their cries? Black babies are still dying in these streets from the burdens of society's knees on their necks. Sons, brothers, and fathers of nations brutalized with their hands up. Strip search, ransacked, robbed of their riches. Bankrupt and taxed insurmountably the debt of being pilfered by colonizers. The sun sears the pain from the blood, sweat, and tears into the skin of their descendants. Can't you hear their cries? Because you see, when colonizers first docked on my shore, they recognized me first, not by the color of my skin, but the fire within. They called me Negro, the root word of Nigeria, a term derived from the process of being met with fire. like the fire of the African sun on my cocoa ibibio skin, burning, gleaming, shining as we radiate the fire from within, until they literally justified burning us down through all forms of torturous means. They have been waging nuclear war against us for centuries, breaking down the nucleus of our families atomically and economically, criminalizing, dissecting, and separating us from each bombarded member of our families, leaving widows and orphans with a sole allegiance to survive by any motherfucking means necessary. Oh, pirates, as they rob I, sold I to the merchant ships, minutes after they took I from the bottomless pits. But my hands was made strong by the hands of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever heard was redemption songs.
Yeah, baby!
Because you see, the blood of my ancestors, our mothers and fathers, have been coagulating the tributaries of the Niger Delta River for centuries. Doctors still prescribe warfarin to thin the blood clots of their sons and daughters streaming through the veins of the transatlantic slave traditions of justified entrapments, lynchings, bombings, and annihilation of innocence and the rabid thirst for power by evildoers' justification of the physical, mental, and psychological enslavement of colored, caged, wild, exotic saints. They saw as savage animals to be captured, skinned, and worn out like a plush fur coat. Black, savage. Brown, savage. Red, savage. Yellow, savage. White, savage. Hunt them. Steal them. Rape them. Cage them. Hang them. Rob them. Strip them. Hate them, bomb them, kill them, erase them, claim their inventions, their culture, traditions, demean their non-compliance to the core of their standard of self-recognition and esteem, that they hate themselves and all like them. Because you see, the true gradient of skin tone is not from white to black, but from albino to ebony. So regardless of where you fall in that, you are black, just like me.
All right, girl.
You can call it whatever ethnocentric nationality you ascribe to, but you are black, just like me. Whether you were freezer burnt into black ice, tanned and weathered, caramelized and feathered, or flambéed into ashes, you have been blackened, just like me. When tyrants attack one of us, They attack all of us. The abuse is solely a measuring stick of what you are willing to tolerate happening to someone else, never thinking that one day it could be you. Well, today it is you. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had was redemption songs. There is an African proverb that says, the harder they dash us to the ground, the higher we rise. In Ibibio land, we say Dakada, which means rise up.
Younger, keep giving it up for her. Fire, mics on fire. Let's keep it moving. Next, coming to the mic, give it up for Nico.
Yo, no pressure, man. That shit was fire! Crazy. Man, I feel so blessed to be on the stage tonight. I think so many things have been elevated in terms of the content of the poetry tonight. Like, I knew it was gonna be fucking dope to have Japan link up with us, but just like the power to understand, like, by connecting with these two cultures, like, it helps us combat like Asian phobia, you know, or xenophobia. And I think more than anything, you know, your poem talked about just like, we're all fucking black. We're all humans at the end of the day. And so it's so interesting, the thematic link between the poem I'm about to perform today with yours. The title of the piece is called Story of My Body to the Beat. And the reason why I chose this poem is it's something I actually wrote when I was 17 as a freshman in college. And it was inspired by an essay by Judith Ortiz Cofer, who's a famous Latino Puerto Rican author. And it was an assignment to just take the title and interpret it as your own. And what's crazy is special about this poem is that, you know, I dusted it off, I edited it, and I submitted it for publication, and it was picked up. So thank you. It's gonna be printed at the end of the month in Harvard's Literary Latinx Journal. Thank you. And it's been a long journey to like convince myself that I'm a poet, and the fact that a poem I wrote when I was 17, you know, a poem I wrote at 17 is gonna be published, and so I had the talent back then, I just didn't have the confidence. And so I'm here to reclaim that today. Without further ado, Story of My Body to the Beat. I bleed because I am. Within the cerulean roots that cross my skin runs the rosy red express train of my soul. So many things are carried on this train. Passengers, treasures, curses, gifts, all hidden in the double helix of my heart. Beating, the constant is a war drum, egging my warrior ancestry on. Deeper in my blood, the reason behind my knightly skin, my noble features, big nose, big lips, big everything.
Okay.
Lies a jungle, a forest, my African roots. My African roots. And though uprooted from the land, dispersed across the globe, families, the claws of Africa have groped and grabbed at the soil of my soul, rerooting themselves, and graze my back to remind me of my majesty when I sometimes forget. Beating, deeper still, the roots of a Taino tree, brown, giving earth cradled, bearing fruit. No wonder why I love cassava, patata, guineo, small pedazos of paradise I wish I could savor eternally. Salty and sweet, the ocean y la tierra, one with the earth and the spirits. I am an island. Beating, the drum will not relent. I am urged, I am moved to fight, to conquer. Perhaps it is the conquistador sword stabbed, jabbed, embedded in me, forcing me to fight, to conquer, to scour, to strategize, to civilize, to prosper at all fucking costs. The express of my soul comes to a stop. Maybe it's where I am or where I come from that pushes me to strategize, to seek out, to try, to succeed. Maybe it's just elemental, an existential part of me. I can, I must, I will succeed. The express of your soul has come to a stop. It's going back on the opposite track, the train conductor yells. As all things in life, it's insatiable, it's daunting, it's unrelenting, the beating of the drum. But the express of my soul can't stop, won't stop, moving to the beat. Thank y'all.
Alright, we're gonna go back to Japan for two more poets. Yuri-san, let's go!
はい、もう一度ニューヨークのパフォーマーの皆さんに大きな拍手を日本からお願いします。いやいや、日本の次の2人も負けていませんよ。次にご紹介する2人は、この会場、渋谷ルビールームで月に1回、東京で一番ホットな、オープンマイクを主催している伊藤俊太と遠藤羊になります。ちょっと説明を英語で入れてもらってもいいかな。
Okay, so two poets from now on are the organizer of the biggest open mic event in Tokyo or even Japan.
はい、それではお呼びしたいと思います。伊藤俊太、俊太伊藤。
Hello, hello. My name is Shunta Ito. I'm a Kimota poet. Another hamburger poet, yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. すいません、日本の皆さん、元気ですか？これもういいのかな？大丈夫かな？じゃあ詩を読みたいと思います。食べたいと思います。6トラックハンバーガー。レペゼンマクドナルド所沢グランド M 予店。パンがなければハンバーガーを食べればいいじゃない。この街の景色も10年で大きく変わった。救急車のサイレンはマックのフライドポテトが上がった音、テルルテルルテルルになった。時代は終わった。あの頃は良かったなんて言っている年寄りは一人もいなかった。ハンバーガーが美味しすぎたからだ。僕たちにとってハンバーガーは正義だった。Justice。セックストラックハンバーガー。政治とハンバーガーは同じだ。時間とともに腐っていく。もう、左翼とか右翼とかじゃなくて、ハンバーガーにはそもそも2つの翼が入っていて、聞こえなかった？もう一回いくよ。Again。だから、 早くとかよくじゃなくて、ハンバーガーには翼が生えてるっていう話なんですけど、また、この頃から日の丸の赤は日に日に黄土色に変わっていき、真上から見たハンバーガーに姿を変えた。Justice。セックス・ドラッグ・ハンバーガー。ハンバーガーの浸透率に恐怖したある国は、ハンバーガーを禁止ドラッグとして取り締まった。Justice。ハンバーガーはドラッグ扱いを受けたのだ。セックス・ドラッグス・ハンバーガーは、いわばセックス・ハンバーガーと言えた。To ハンバーガープレイス。一方で最先端の医療現場では、インフルエンザがハンバーガーで予防できると主張された。セックス・ハンバーガー。ミートボーイズ・ガール。肉欲にまみれた一組の男女がハンバーガー屋に入る。彼らはエッチした。ハンバーガーした。ハンバーガーを HMBURGER ハンバーガー、すなわちエッチした。ハンバーガー、セックスはハンバーガーである。セックス・ドラッグ・ハンバーガーは、つまりもうそれはハンバーガーと言えた。僕たち人間は両親がハンバーガーをしたことによって生まれた。先人たちのいくつのハンバーガーを経て僕たちは生まれた。アダムとイブは食べたのはリンゴではなくハンバーガーだった。ハンバーガーを食べた後リンゴを食べたのだ。ハンバーガー。ハッピーセットのおもちゃもハンバーガーになった。実質おもちゃは廃止になった。おもちゃをもらえる、泣きわめく子供は続出した。ハンバーガーの包み紙をシャカシャカさせると子供が泣き止むって知ってた？知らない国の人と話す君へ。全員ハンバーガーだと思えば大丈夫。とてもじゃないじゃ大丈夫とは言えない僕の交友関係。しかしハンバーガーと肉体関係。ハンバーガー。いや、心ここにあるす。これはケンタッキー州にあるす。ハンバーガーの中にハンバーガー混入？つまみ出せ。あれ？ただのパンになっちゃった。これが噂のハンバーガーマジックショー。考えるな、感じるな、食べろ。Oh, thank you.
伊藤俊太にもう一度大きな拍手をお願いします。はい。すごいたくさんコメントいただいているようです。ありがとうございます。パスタシェイク？さあ、それではガラッと変わってこの方をお呼びしたいと思います。遠藤羊遠藤。
クレイジーポエット伊藤Good evening, everyone across the sea. My name is Endo Hitsuji. I can speak English, so that cheat sheet. Let's enjoy today for sake of having fun yesterday and tomorrow. こんばんは、こんばんはじゃないですね。こんにちはですね。日本はこんにちはです。こんにちは、遠藤羊です。今、海の向こうの人に、ちょっとカンペを持ってるってことをちゃんと告白してからやりました。私の先生はディープエル先生です。昨日と明日楽しかったなって思うために今日楽しもうと思いますっていうことを下手な英語で今伝えました。The poem I read is Dear Children 子供たちへ。空を見るとき、君たちは空よりも高く高く背を伸ばしたり、風船みたいに浮いていたりする。海を覗くとき、君たちは海の底まで軽々と歩いてゆく。そうして見たことのない不 不思議な魚やタコと泳いでいく。泣いてる友達を見つけたら、君たちはその友達よりも小さくなって、泣き止むまでそばにいる。君たちは大きくて小さくて深くて近い。The child is father of the man. 子供は大人のお父さん。なんて言葉をワーズワースというおじさんが言っていた。君たちの笑顔は私に柔らかく笑う楽しさを教えてくれる。君たちの飛ばすシャボン玉は風の通り道を教えてくれる。君たちの大きくて元気な声は聞くことの喜びを伝えてくれる。The child is father of the man. 子供は大人のお父さん。ワーズワースというおじさんがそんなことを言っていた。君たちは君たちとしていろんなことをこれから話すんだ。私も君たちに学んで話す日々を過ごしている。Thank you so much. ありがとうございました。遠藤ひつじでした。
はい、遠藤羊にもう一度大きな拍手お願いします。ねえ、いろんなタイプの詩人がいるでしょ、日本。ということで、次はまたニューヨークのパートとなります。じゃあ、ニューヨークをお呼びしたいと思います。Hey, Advocate of Wordz!
I'm loving the poets. All right, let's get to the next. We got 3 more for New York and 3 more for Tokyo. Let's get it up on the screen, Ron. Let's get it up on the screen. Who's that? Propaganda poet to the stage. Let's go, brother. Let's go. Let's go.
I start my East Coast tour right now. For the next 7 days, I'll be here doing poetry. I have CDs and books for sale to help finance that. Please help me. Thank you. This is slightly over 4 minutes, so here we go. It has been said that actions speak louder than words, but I don't even feel like our acts are being heard. And no matter how hard I grind, I still find myself screaming, "Sit down!" Because I got something to say. Now, I'm not just here to entertain. I'm here to share some pain. But don't sweat. I'm not just going to spew it all on you like some drunken stepfather who needs 40-ounce crutches as he limps his way through life trying to find his self-esteem 1/5 at a time. Because you see, that's not really pain. That's just sober remorse for the last time that mom spent 3 days on the couch barely conscious because he thought he'd try to find equal parts of alcohol, testosterone, bleach, and the lack of having the first clue how to just reach out and touch someone. But I digress. Because I'm here to share some pain, not just to entertain like some after-school special where the deadbeat dad always comes back to become the hero that all dads are supposed to be, that is, when he's not too busy trying to find himself in the stash of some catch that probably should have been thrown back anyway. But damn if you don't stop his fishing, not even long enough to recognize that the bait that he's using, it's the very same thing that he's afraid of losing. And there ain't no Rogaine Optar in the market anywhere that can help you grow your self-respect back. But again, I digress. Because I'm not just here to entertain, I'm here to share some pain, like the pain of having to punch that time clock when you'd really rather just be punching them all in the jock because they're getting paid 6 figures and more just for telling you how you're punching that clock wrong. And how the fuck can it be wrong anyway when the only reason you're punching, the only reason you're cussing, the only reason you're fighting shit, the only reason you're even trying is just to ensure that your kids at least eat. Because they never do seem to get that treat of having mommy and daddy home at the same time. And shit, just having that home is enough to make you want to punch more than that clock, but you're still in shock. Because that late payment and that negative bank statement, they're still sitting there in your mailbox. I don't care how many times you're going to crush them all the way in the back. Reminding you that you didn't buy your piece of the rock. No, you're just leasing. But that's not really pain either. That's just frustration frustration from a lack of salvation because your spirit's done gone south in the duration because you ain't got yourself stuck in some screwed up situation because you were fooled into chasing down someone else's American dream. No! Talking about real pain. Like the pain of having to face that it seems like there just ain't no place where we can go anymore where we can find a crazy horse. Or a Malcolm X. Or a Cesar Chavez. Or even a Norma Ray for that matter. No, now somehow we're supposed to still believe that our heroes are going to be cops? Bad boys, what you gonna do? Well, we've already seen who you're gonna shoot while you pave the way for the new Confederacy, or should I say the GOP, as they systematically create the next Great Depression. And can someone please explain to me what the hell is so great about depression anyway? You see, I'm of the impression that they're just waiting for the dust to bowl us over so they can just come on in and scoop up all the pieces and then they have the nerve to invoke Jesus? Well, I hate to be a man who brings you the real truth, but ain't nobody died on a cross for all this shit. But if you sit down, I said sit down and pay attention to what's going on in dimly lit poetry rages like the New Eurekan Poets Cafe or 6,700 miles away at the Kubota Slam, then you'll see that we all have our own double crosses to bear. And if we could just learn how to share, then maybe everywhere would hear the word. Now this word, it ain't about misused messiahs. And it ain't about yet another bloody war. And it certainly isn't about entire populations sitting on their ass hoping that someone else finds the cure. No, this word is about the completion of a circle. Back to the way that things are supposed to be. Naturally. And I believe it was even one of the conquerors who said that every decent country needs one every 70 years or so. Now, I ain't no history or math teacher, and I don't know about you, but it seems like we're about like 200 years overdue. So I enjoin you all to join in this circle and share your pain. And don't restrain. And don't listen to some punk-ass bitch standing up here telling you to sit down and shut up. Because it's time for us all to get up, stand up. I know you know it. Come on. Stand up for your rights. Come on. Get up, stand up. I know you know it, Tokyo. Don't give up the fight. Because the renegades are the people with their own philosophies. They change the course of history. Everyday poets like you and me. Everyday poets like you, New Eurekan, and you, Kubota Slam. Everyday people like you. Revolution.
Propaganda poets! And let's keep it moving. Next, coming to the microphone, make some noise for Emily Cordes. Clap as Emily comes to the mic. Keep clapping, she's almost here, she's here.
Hello. Can you hear me? This is awesome. This is always so surreal doing these, so I'm so grateful to be part of this. I've got 3 haikus in the fine Japanese tradition. This is from my book, Armful of Poppies. And I got one longer one. So the haikus, random triangle haikus. Triangle pose. Yogic twister game. Feet right angled. Shoulder cocked. Trikonasana. Bikini zone. After my last wax, I hereby declared Brazil Tierra del Fuego. Love triangle. A loves B, loves C. Rom-com, porno, murder scene. Based on who you ask. And this next one is called Queen of Swords. In the wise words of wise words, poets wield their gifts like swords, to knight the worthy or cut as they choose. Use justly, they'll illuminate. Use carelessly, can obfuscate. Use cruelly, can impale or maim or bruise. I've been the queen of cups, chalice offered up in love, been queen of wands with fiery torch ablaze. I've nurtured empress gardens and unwound the devil's snares, but this tower's crumbling and it's time to raise. So I'll unsheath my sword, hoist it high and say no more, to protect or sever as befits the day. Toxic tongues hiss in my ear, wormy thoughts of hate or fear. I shrug them off, my court is not their place. And I'll be just, but won't adjust my borders to house bullshit from fools who won't accept their proper station. And my queendom will be beacon for my people across the globe, the people of the quill and brush and stage. And with our sword pens brandished, we'll inscribe in air and fire 1,000 different worlds of our creation. Thank you. Thank you all so much. I am postmodern.psyche on IG, and I want to throw in a little quick shameless plug. In addition to being a poet, I am also an actress and a playwright, and I have a play called So Sad, So Sexy, premiering in NYC and via live stream on the 24th and 26th of this month. Please check it out if you're so inclined. Thanks, y'all.
Emily Cordes. So we got one more poet from New York, and then we're going to Tokyo to wrap it up. First, now coming to the microphone, we like to call her Thunderlove. Coming to the stage, right now. Make some noise for Rachel.
Konnichiwa to Japan. Thank you for. Hi. Thank you for allowing me the space to share. Shout out to Advocate for being wonderful. To New York for the space that's already blessed. This is a worship poem. It's entitled "And the Word Was God."
Bring the story.
If the Word was God, and God is the living Word, then did you just hear God in what you heard? When I spit these rhymes, am I also conjuring the creator of time? Are these words the divine? When I use them carelessly, I must be blasphemous. Honesty must then be the celestial riches. Does that make me the loaves? Does that make Jesus the fishes? Is the spirit the kitchen? I'm just re-examining power now. Trying to figure out who was a coward now, cause back when a bow was highbrow, when men understood that worship was demanded of them, that was back when people did not understand that when a pagan takes your voice, they noose your God. So let us unlearn, let us unloose our gods. Deities begin to deduce your gods. Open your mouth, be profuse with your gods. Bless until all stress diffuse with your God. If you allow yourself to be muzzled, then you refuse your God. But you're confused about God. See, God gonna get out. God gonna get free. God has always been in all your degrees. So God that you couldn't believe when you open your mouth, God jumped up out your trees. God, so much in all that you speak that your walls are covered in degrees. So how you think it could be that God could be with you wherever you be, but you think that God doesn't live in what you speak? Let us discredit the deceit. Have a seat. Take out a pen. Be ready for this worksheet, but be careful. What you write may also resemble God's speech. Let's put a pin in that and get back on beat. If the universal mass remains complete, since no matter the bang of the busting, since the galaxies did first spin, our bits remained in them, both new and old. No wonder the universal celestial mathematics has remained foretold. So we open our mouths, we are spouting heaven, we uphold the right to be both vast and uncontrolled. So I bring God and put it in my poems and be still. Squeeze out this prose and distill wine of my creator and still not know of what I speak. Just because God is released does not make me the source of God's sorcery. This is a vessel beat, a conduit rhythm, moving through, reminding you that with God, war is also also necessary for the balancing of peace. So to truly speak this requires the same feedback when men made intercourse nasty, when we were still communing for give and take, communing with God for connection's sake, still a convalescence of give and take. When God gave us free will, it was devotion changing hands for healing. The truth be told, this God chat has to be honored as old. 13.77 billion years in this here drawl. Sealed with reverence forever and all. Sometimes I got to ask myself, so you telling me God when you telling it all? So before you let your narratives fall, far too short of right, when the darkness comes but isn't quite night, when mounds of dust threaten you with spite, bring your words to the fight. Unleash God in their might. Open your fear, be clear, and let there be light.
Raging. One more time, let's give it up for all the poets who rocked here at the cafe. And let's wrap this show up. We still got a few more poets in Japan. Yuri's son, let's go.
はい、Thank you! ニューヨークの皆さんにもう一度大きな拍手をお願いします。はい、最後の日本のパートになりました。最後のパートはこの言葉スラムジャパン、この主催イベントの主催でもある言葉スラムジャパンから、主催の2人、そして、昨年大会の優勝者であるチャンピオンをお呼びしました。まずはこの方をお呼びしたいと思います。日本から出演だけどニューヨークの皆さんと同じ国の出身です。ジョーダン・A.Y. スミス。
What's up, New York? What's up, Tokyo? Oh man, I love you, Mickey Yuri. Thank you so much. I love you, everybody. We have such a huge debt to all you guys out in New York. Kotoba Slam Japan exists because of all the decades that you guys have put into this field and to this tradition. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh yeah. All right. I do a lot of translation. Some people talk about being lost in translation, which I have been for a long time. I'm very happy to stay lost, and I don't need to be found. This poem is called Midaregami Kami-sama, Tangled Hair, Savoir-faire. Midaregami Kami-kaze, Midaranayagara-se, Narete kita yasaki, Habamna, Hikiyo. Sentan o surudoku suru na, jama suru na, chu-chu shiro. Dajirogu na, hone yori kara yubi yori zekku suru na, sainamu na. Iratsuku na, asobo, ippaku, nihaku, tomare yo asobe. Asobe yo tomare amai nama no amakudari happa futo momo no momogari papa wa taka hiza dozo mama wa niji no kasumi maho joki. What does that mean? Steam. Kyoraku no kinniku ni Hocho, sentan, sasu, baby, kill me, smash it, waterfall, zittai ryudo say, kokoro no irie, kokoro no kirie, kikai, densha kamoshirenai, kisui iki, toki yori, toki ga oru, 年寄りの宇宙の土に穴を掘る吠えるパパ燃えばははは女性に化けた女性術手と手と手と手をつないでスマイル君の名という故郷に帰る市役所で入る古い池に艶っぽい蛙新たな旗を水の音に捧げる at home in the nomenclature. Is it nature or nurture? We're busy nurturing nature with our nurturing natures through a culture of hatred. We cultivate naked. We're rakes. Hey, take it. I will rake your flesh. Nay, I will rake both of our fleshes with wheat thresher fresher than cracked abandoned pressure. Ha! Time for a refreshment. Fuck it. Time for a refresher. Time to see the teacher, time to eat the preacher, time to freak the speakers, time to heat the beaker, time to cut the peaches, pour a glistening pitcher of lemon water to breathe. Kirin no kokoro no boro boro hagoro mo kubi suji, 親しく、著しく、息苦しく、詳しく調べられる呪いのかけた鎧が焼けた星ができたよくできたぞ and so I whisper all the things you didn't know I knew. I know all the drama that you don't go through but act like you do. Rose bouquet red, but the violence is blue. Every night I buy tickets to your fucked parade to throw flowers round your neck, taming ache to your throat. Dope, so potent storm can finally arrive to beat into my chest and like remind me I'm alive. To beat into my chest and like remind me I'm alive. Where heat converts sweat into steam burns, get it? But I already said it, we're vetted, it's copacetic. Now let it go, the rest off your chest, let's forget it. It's bedtime, drum time, vampires, monkeys, thigh highs, high wires, balancing, drunkly plunging. Nothing goes bump in the night, so something must be in the kitchen making plump little dumplings. Nothing says love like a roasted dove stuffed with oak root soaked in the smoking blood. Nah, nothing says love like a golden glove shoved on a spike in the bleeding stub. Inquisition. What animal is this year? He gallops like a stallion with the heart of a bear. My friends, what we have here is some savoir-faire. What we have here is a world premiere. What we have here is a braid of veins. What we have here will be tangled hair. It rains. Who cares? I will choose love daily, even if it nails me. Neiro, iroke, kuroke, Captagi, we quiero que el hierro que ni siquiera supiera que nos quemaremos el horno, la tierra, la sierra tiembla, ya que para nosotros el tiempo siempre termina. Thank you.
ありがとうございました。はい、ちょっと戻ってきました。逆輸入。はい、少しだけ私が、登場しました。ということは、次の方はこの人ですね。Okay, coming up next, she is our host and one of the representative of Kotoba Slam Japan, Yuri Miki. Hi, New York. I'm Yuri. 絡まっちゃった。I am Yuri. I am the 2017 and 2018 Poetry Slam champion, and now the co-organizer of Kotoba Slam Japan with Jordan. When I heard that New York had previously collaborated with Paris for an online event, I immediately contacted my friend Dareka in Paris to introduce me to other. And we got this great opportunity. Thanks to everyone in New York. New York is my dream come true now. Welcome to see you guys. Ironical. 青色で区切られたまま私たちは裏切った。あと何年経てば言語たちはとろけるか。アイロニカル灰色に光る。かかる虹を持たないすべての熱帯夜に捧ぐ。一片の曇りもない悪意などないよう満たす。愛は生むという暴力に倣う。アイロニカル灰色に光る。対義語に至る範囲とみなす。しっかりと強く飛ばした海へと細胞を引き合う。愛は生むという暴力に倣う。合唱。ほどくとき溢れてしまう鳩たちにさよなら。ざっと飛び込みほうけて慕うは隣光るなら。泣いてしまいたいし仕返し、未開に描いていない悲しみしばし、思うまま抱いていたい。不快すら永遠を知らない。だから青色で区切られたまま私たちが出会えていた。あと何年経てば言語たちはとろけるか。アイロニカル灰色に光る。かかる虹を持たないすべての熱帯夜に捧ぐ。一片の曇りもない悪意などないよう満たす。愛は生むという暴力に倣う。アイロニカル灰色に光る。対義語に足る範囲とみなす。しっかり強く飛ばした海へと細胞を引き合う。愛は生むという暴力に倣う。道へと膝へと橋へと続くポタリ。上手にポタリ。生まれたいポタリ。生まれたかった。そこへは運べない正しくないリズム。仏様ポタリ。探すポタリ。いなければポタリ。殺す。合唱。ほどくとき溢れてしまういつでも。オロじゃない。経血じゃない。吸い取って欲しくなんかなかった。多い日も安心できません。全然。あなたが死なないように。多い日も安心してもいいですか？あなたに名前を、ふさわしい名前を。イン、アウト、ハーリング。私たち育てしまって。ありがとう。Thank you, New York. 私が紹介しなきゃいけなかった。はーい。あげん。日本の最後は、新しい日本のチャンピオンですね。He is、言葉スラムジャパン2021 champion, national champion, Hironobu Kori!
はい、エブリワン。皆さん、こんにちは。今日はすいません、どうも慣れませんが、ニューヨーリカンポエツカフェとのオンラインでのコラボレーションということで、こんな機会に参加させていただきました。本当にありがとうございます。大変光栄です。はい、どうぞよろしくお願いします。My name is Hironobu Kori. I will read. I can speak English well. So I will read in Japanese. 読みます。ガラス戸の指紋が光の中に揺れる言い直すそばからそうじゃないと言葉が何かに汚染されてしまうようにどこかでかけ違えた一日の終わりによるべないフローリングの上拭えない後味に踏み迷う。誰にも顔を合わせずにいい匂いのする会話だけで動いているそんな街が季節の風に冷たくさらされる。例えばそれは望まない気遣いのように、あるいは既読をつけるとそれだけで責任を負ってしまうのを恐れるように、つながってしまうことと途切れてしまうことを同時に恐れるようなそういう小心さとそういう臆病さとを抱えて、互いに触れ合わない話題がリビングの中にスリッパのように積み重なっている。かつてまだ多くの言葉を知っていたあの頃、あなたも私も何かを語り、何かの当事者であったはずなのに、結局僕たちは何一つ解決できないということを知っただけだったね。すべてを放り出したまま、また新しい靴を下ろして新しい会話、新しい楽しいことで世界を塗り込めてしまおうとどこかに出かけることだけを考えてしまう。遠く、ここではない他の場所へ、すべての途切れた郊外へと夜の街、トラックの行き交う産業道路をたどって同じ形をしたマンションとショッピングモールが立ち並ぶ街を抜け、針金のように折れ曲がった海風を背負いながら走り抜け、たどり着くのは私たちの生まれた埋め立て地。海に向かって見上げるように高く、這い上がれないほどのコンクリートの護岸の前に立ってここまで来たのに、それでもつまらない何かを守ろうとしながら傷つきやすい大人たちばかりが住む町の一粒の夜景になって、そこの薄い靴を履きつぶすまでじりじりと砂の敷かれたアスファルトの上でまた踏み迷ってしまうんだ。Thank you so much. ありがとうございました。
チャンピオンヒロノブコーリにもう一度大きな拍手を。さてこれにて日本の8人の詩人のパフォーマンスすべて終わりました。この後はニューヨークの方にお渡しする形となります。一旦こちらでニューヨークの方には ご挨拶、最後ご挨拶で大丈夫ですかね。本当に私たちにとってこのような機会は日本で初めてのこととなります。私たちの中では、日本人の詩人の中ではニューヨーリカンポエツカフェのオープンマイクに参加したことある人は何人かいるんですが、こういったお仕事をさせていただくというのはこの国で初めてのことになります。その光栄な機会に私たちが立ち会わせていただけたこと、とても感謝しています。これから、日本とニューヨークもっと仲良くなっていけたらなと思ってますので、よろしくお願いしますということをさやかさん英訳してください。マイクがそこにあります。
Let me translate what Yusa said in English a little bit. So, for us, Japan, this event is really like historical. Like few Japanese poets have performed in New York Poets Cafe. However, the event like this, so I mean collaborating like this, is a like totally first experience for us. So we are so happy and so proud of it. Thank you so much, New Yorker. And yeah, let's keep in touch and let's do this event like this again. Yeah, Japan, New York. Yay!
Thank you.
New York Poets Cafe, one more time, let's give it up for Tokyo! I have had such a great time. Yuri-san, domo arigato. To all of Kotoba Slam Japan, y'all were awesome. And real quick, let's close out the night. Ron, can we get that up there? First time we're gonna see it in Japanese. Let's put it up. Is it Daily Poe? Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for sharing what you've written. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Good night, sweet poet. May your dreams be as imaginative as tonight's poems. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for inviting our words into your home. This has been Two Venues, One Mic with Kotoba Slam Japan. One more time, give it up for them. And the New York Poets Cafe. Domo arigato. All right, Mom, we're ready to end. Oh, they're coming up, they're coming up. Come up, everyone, come up, come up, come up. No jumping on the stage. Thank you, Japan. Thank you, Yuri. All right, Ron, we're done. Let's close it.